Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Mouton, and I want to walk you through the process of finding elapsed time on the T-chart. This is SOL 4.9. Remember, the T-chart is not the only way to find elapsed time, but I'm finding that it's the easiest way for me to do it. If you have other strategies that you'd like to use, that's fine, but remember, you have to get the same answer every time. One strategy that I would like to warn you against using is adding or subtracting time. It's very hard for students to remember that there's only 60 minutes in an hour and to know what to do with that time. If they add it up and it goes beyond that hour is difficult at best for fourth graders. So like I said, this is what I've found to be the easiest at this point for fourth graders. So I would like for you to try to use this strategy. Okay. Remember, the first thing we need to do is find if we're looking for elapsed time. Elapsed time means the time that has passed. And here, if you put your title up there, you know we're looking for elapsed time. We won't always be looking for elapsed time, but this time we are looking for the time that's passed. So if we're looking for the time that's passed or gone by, we need a start time, which is right here, 3:52 p.m., and a finish or end time, which is 4:10 p.m. Remember, it can appear as finish or end. So get used to seeing those two interchangeably. And now basically what they're asking us to do is find out how much time has passed from 3:52 p.m. to 4:10 p.m. How much time is that? All right. First thing we need to do is set up our T-chart. Place your hours and minutes on this side and your time label on this side so you'll know what you're looking at. Any of the times that we're going to record are going to go here in this column. Hours and minutes says how many hours or minutes have gone by. We're going to put them in this column. Remember, this also helps you to very easily organize the information because right now this goes from PM to PM, but remember fourth grade takes it a step farther than you did in third, and you can pass the AM PM line. So sometimes you will have to figure out long stretches of time and you may need to use a lot of space. This one's a short one though. It's just going to give us a quick warm up on how to use this particular strategy. Okay. Now, remember the first thing you do after you've put your start and finish time, set up your T-chart with your labels, is put the word start here. This is very important. And put the start time across from it. The reason this is so important to have this word start here is no time has passed yet. This is where we're beginning at. And so we want to put start here so we don't accidentally count this as time being passed. This is where we're starting at, so no time has elapsed or passed yet. The first thing that we're going to do after we write our start time is to take out the whole hours, if there are any whole hours available. Remember that every problem is not set up the same way. Sometimes there might not be any whole hours, as is the case with this problem. We started at 3:52 p.m. If we go a whole hour ahead, we'll end up at 4:52. But remember, our end time is 4:10, and we don't want to go past that end time. So we can't take an hour out. So what we'll need to do now is go to the minutes. So we take a look over here at our time again. Start time is 3:52. If you notice, it ends in a 2. We talked about the increments that we want to use when we take them out. We want to use things that are easy for us to count. It's very easy to count by fives. We all counted by fives in class. It's very easy to count by tens. However, when you end up with things like threes or a 7, or if that digit is a 6, it's harder to count by those numbers. So we want to get to either a 5 or a 10 so that we can count by fives. This time we do that by just going 3 minutes. And remember, you can count them individually, 1 minute each, or you can put it there as 3 minutes, which will take us to where? 3:55. That will make it easier to now calculate the rest of the time because now you've got a 5 there. Okay, so from 3:55, because it's a 5, easy to count by 5s. 5 minutes more will take you to 4 o'clock. And we're actually almost there. Remember, our end time again is 4:10. That's where we want to stop. And we can actually go 10 minutes after that, because remember, here's a 0, which is really, we're looking at it as our 10. So if we go 10 minutes more, it is now 4:10, which is our end time, and we can stop there. I've just labeled it to show you it's our end time, but remember, we already had that information at the very beginning because it told us our start time was going to be 3:52 p.m. and our finish time or end time was going to be 4:10 p.m. Now, just because we've drawn the chart doesn't mean that we're finished with this problem, because what they were asking us to do is find the elapsed time. So now we need to go back and look at our hours and minutes over here to determine the elapsed time. Let me change my color. We want to add our hours and minutes, and of course we didn't have any hours here, so 0 hours have elapsed, but we want to add our minutes. 3 plus 5 is 8, and then take that 8 and add it to the 10 minutes that's there, and so our elapsed time is 18 minutes. There are 18 minutes that will pass between 3:52 and 4:10 p.m. Going on to another example.